Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 15. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. Okay, so this episode starts out with Taylor and Chance. Oh boy. These people are nuts. Okay, so we already know, spoiler alert, which I'm sure this doesn't spoil anything and I'm sure no one is surprised, but Taylor and Chance are no longer together in, real time. And he's got this new girlfriend. This dude made a sex video and posted it to his Instagram. He ain't doing much of nothing, okay? He's a lazy lover. Anyway, moving on. I can't believe this disgusting man. So Taylor hightails it to the phone to call Chance after Bobo swings by and gives the old tick-tock. Anyway, she calls Chance, and Chance is laid back in that old-ass limousine with that guy trying to convince him that this is a good business to get himself involved in. First of all, Chance, that limousine is old as hell. You don't have any money to fix it up. Not only that, you owe Bobo $1,000, and this guy is asking you for $11,000 or $12,000 to invest in this old vintage limo that nobody is booking or trying to use. Listen, if you don't have the $1,000 to pay Bobo, you definitely don't have the money to get involved in this limo business. Chance, I am so sick of you. Anyway, he tells Bobby that he doesn't know who the guy is. What color car was it? Bobby says it was a silver SUV. And I said, well, maybe my eyes is jacked up. Because if it was silver, it was the darkest silver I have ever seen. It looked grayish. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, he says, go in the house and he'll handle it. How are you going to handle it if you don't know the person? He says that he thought it might be someone who got the wrong address. They might have been looking for one of their neighbors. You know what? Listen, Chance has to go. I'm glad that current day she has finally gotten rid of him, but you did the song and the dance and all that mess with Chance way longer than you should have. Chance should have been gone. Taylor walks in on Chance. He's laid up in the bed, not doing a damn thing, playing Candy Crush or some shit on his phone, and she tells him that she doesn't believe that he's telling her the truth. She absolutely thinks that he does know who this guy was who swung by the house. So he goes ahead and finally tells her that he owes Bobo some money, and she's got questions. She's got concerns. She says, Chance, you lie a lot. There's a lot about you that I don't know. No shit. Anyway, Chance throws a complete temper tantrum in the bed. I'm talking kicking legs and everything. I said, well, what the shit? I have never in my life have I ever seen a grown man throw a kicking tantrum. I have never seen a grown man throw a kicking tantrum. That was ridiculous. Listen, Chance has not done anything good for Taylor. Not at all. I hear allegedly that he has fallen off the wagon and that he allegedly fell off the wagon before Taylor put him out. And he did all that shit talking about Bobby. He has done absolutely nothing for this lady. He's got a gambling addiction. He's got all those credit cards. The only thing that she got from him that is a beautiful thing is that baby Mason. Otherwise, Chance has done nothing but bring her down. Chance has absolutely overstayed his welcome. Absolutely. The way he was screaming and hollering and talking to her, I would have told him, listen, you are laying in my house that you have jacked up. We've got all this wood paneling that don't nobody want. Get the fuck out.
You lose. Good day, sir.
You have got to get the hell up out of my house. Why doesn't she put him out sooner? And he has 0 cents. 0 cents. How dare you get angry with her that she's upset that some strange ass man who was after you is showing up at her house? She has got 4 children living there. This is ridiculous. I'm tired. I'm so tired. There is no way in hell that somebody is going to be defensive and argumentative with me, and you are putting me and my children in danger. But then again, this is Taylor we're talking about. She put her own damn children in danger by moving this dude in, and you didn't even really know him. And the fact that you met him through visiting your own damn boyfriend in prison, that's another thing. You know what? I can't. I can't feel sorry for you, Taylor. You're in the situation that you're in because you invited this into your life. You had a good job, you had good credit, you had your sister living with you, and your house wasn't a hazard. And then you brought this dude in, and then all of a sudden he's sawing and fixing and putting shit up and pretending like he's some kind of carpenter. No, sir. No, ma'am. I can't. And him talking about until you decide to marry me, you cannot be in my business. Okay, well, you can't be in my house. Get the fuck out. I'm sick of it. I'm moving on. They done pissed me off. I'm moving on. Justine and Michael. Honey, listen, they are still in Rhode Island. And they are about to meet up with their parents. They want to let both their parents know that they think that they're moving to Rhode Island, but they are not. They have every plan to move to Las Vegas. And the more I keep thinking about this, I truly do understand Justine wants to move to Las Vegas because her daughter is going to Las Vegas. But when you put it together, her daughter is considered legally an adult. And I understand it because, you know what, remember I told you last video, I was fixing to put my house on the market and move to LA because I want to be next to my child. So I totally get it, but it's just me and my boy. It's not me and a bunch of other children. You know what I mean? When I think about it, your daughter is an adult legally, but his children are not. You know, so they need him. I don't know. I need them to really work this out with the children and make sure that the children are comfortable before they make any moves. And you know, this is not my business. Anyway, they are still dressed alike. They show up, you know, to the dinner. The dinner didn't go well. It started off all wrong. Michael's mom crossed so many boundaries, and I don't know how I would have handled this if that was my husband and we were a part of that situation. Don't think that I would have chose violence because it would have been my husband's mother, and I don't want, you know, to completely burn the bridge all the way to the ground. But I would have partially burnt the damn bridge because I would have verbally slaughtered that woman right there at that table. She would have thought she was bleeding from the head by the time I got finished telling her to hell off. She passes Justine a present like she has just purchased a beautiful gift for the baby, whether it's a boy or a girl. It was a nice gift bag with a paternity test. And I have heard, I have been through, I have seen other people go through the whole mama's baby's daddy's maybe. You know, I know that. Okay. But no, ma'am. You know, Justine's mom was upset and she said, "You're acting like my daughter's a tramp." And I just can't understand this. Your son has multiple baby mamas and you are acting like this boy is a prize. Okay, we still don't know where his money is coming from. I don't understand this. What that bag should have been full of is condoms. That's what it should have been full of. They've got 7 or 8 damn kids. It should have been, here's some condoms, you know, or maybe here's a recommendation or a referral to a doctor who performs vasectomies. Something like that. It just doesn't make sense that you would do something like that. And she didn't give a shit. She doubled down on it. She said, well, if y'all don't want to take it, you know, it's going to happen anyway. It turns out that Michael's uncle, her brother, at some point got bamboozled by some woman into believing that her children were his, and she doesn't want that to happen to her son. Well, tell your son to wrap it the fuck up, and then there won't be any problems. You know what I mean? This is ridiculous. He's married to this woman, and if he doesn't have any doubt that this child belongs to him, you shouldn't do that. And as far as I'm concerned, she would be cut off. It would be a cold day in hell before she even saw my damn baby. No, ma'am. Talking about she gonna do the paternity test anyway. When? How you gonna do it when you don't get a chance to see this damn baby? Until you learn how to respect me, everything you think about is gonna crumble. Okay, I love the color purple. Anyway, it matches. It goes. Same for her. Do right by me, woman, or you won't see this baby.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble.
I'm just saying. Moving on. Harris and Cam. Lord, Eris is out here house hunting. She's looking for a house. She said she wanted a house on some land so she can have some goats and chickens. And that's cool. I grew up in a house on land with my grandparents, and we had chickens, and we had, a lot of corn and potatoes and beans and all that stuff. It was good times, good fun and everything until you realize you're eating your pet chicken. That was not okay. Mm-mm. That still bothers me to this day. After I figured out how the cycle of chicken life goes, um, I didn't have any more pet chicks. I said, "Oh no, 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 no! I'm not picking a favorite chick and naming them no more, because this is not healthy for me. Because one minute they're there and I'm feeding them and talking to them and running through the coop with them and stuff, and then the next thing you know, they're being dipped in buttermilk and fried. I didn't love it. I'm gonna call my grandma after this. Anyway, she says that she's looking at houses around $400,000, and she's data entry, and he's customer servicing. And I said, where the hell is they data entry and customer servicing at? I mean, shit, $400,000. Is he delusional and you, or just maybe I'm crazy. Anyway, she says that they've got a couple of weeks to find a place to live. And here she is out looking at houses. They're trying to find something within a couple of weeks before they have to be the hell out and before the baby arrives. And I said, buying a house is not a quick thing. When I bought my house, I looked at probably 14 or 15 houses, maybe even 20. And then after that, we had the escrow period. Then we had to sign all the papers, the documents, wait, at closing. And then at closing, the original owners of my house, they wanted to stay in it for an extra 2 weeks until their new place was available. And so, y'all need to get you an apartment for a good year while y'all save up your data entry and customer service money for a good down payment on your house. Or move in with a friend for a month or so. I mean, this is really a bad situation. I just don't love it. And Cam, he had this conversation with Lena, and we all know Lena is more mature than Cam, but he was doing his best, having this conversation as a father. He was doing all right. He tells her, don't worry about anything. I know it's stressful. These changes have come moving too fast, moving way too damn fast. She went from just being her and her mama to her mama moving inmate into the house. Then her mama gets pregnant. Now y'all are put the hell out. It's a lot, And he tells her, well, you shouldn't be worried or anything. You've had a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in your stomach. And she says, but I am worried. You took us to look at an RV. I said, oh shit, here we go. Being more mature to him again. She said, I am scared. And think about it. If you were 10 years old, wouldn't you be frightened too? The people told y'all had to get out of your home because the man your mama married is a felon. Now he's got y'all down at the RV park. No, I'm scared. This is ridiculous. They have got to do better in their communication with her. They have got to do better in everything. Cam acts like a child. He is going crazy over this music career that never happened. He's going to make all this money on all these views and clicks and everything that he's going to get for his music videos and all of this stuff. I said, what? Because on Spotify, he's got less followers than me. We both down bad. What the hell is going on? You are not going to make enough money to take care of a family. Cam, now listen, I'm all for people pursuing their dreams. I really am. I think that every person, no matter how young, no matter how old, if you've got a dream in your heart and a song in your heart, do it. Get out there and grind, hustle, make it happen. But if you are a grown-ass man with a wife, a child, who's back in Ohio, and another child on the way, and a stepdaughter, you have got to continue to live your customer service dreams. Okay, you have got to take care of this responsibility first. Then you do your rapping later. You are so busy rapping about spending money and popping bottles. No. You need to start rapping about paying a mortgage payment, diapering babies, playing video games with your stepdaughter, paying child support for your child in Ohio, and, date nights with your wife. Start rapping about that after you paid a mortgage. Jeez. So he's out filming a music video for, less than 2,000 people to view. because nobody else is checking for this music. Cam, please leave us alone with this. Anyway, she walks in on him, dropping money on one of the ladies who work at the place, and she was not happy about it. I just don't understand why you would be spending any kind of money to make a music video when you don't have a place to live. I don't understand why you have your 9-month pregnant wife lurking the streets of Florida in the hot sun trying to find a place for y'all to live while you are pretending to be Drake. I don't get it. And then I don't like the way you yelled at her, talking about it's a good thing she'll get paid to thank. She said, if you talk to me like that again, I'm going to leave. He said, good. Nope. I think that both of them need to come back to earth and pull it together, or separate. Get you a nice apartment for you and your 2 kids and start living your life over. Or better yet, put him the hell out. Let your HOA people know that he no longer lives there, so that you and your daughter don't have to uproot. Cam is a pain in the ass. He's a big man child, and it's a no-go for me. Joy and Red. Well, honey, listen, the road trip from hell is finally over. They have made it to New Mexico. As soon as Joy gets into the house and her son shows up, he comes running in screaming, Daddy! I said, oh no. Oh no. No. That really pissed me off. She don't know him from Adam, and this little boy is calling him Daddy. Absolutely not. Also, I hear that they are no longer together either. She asked her sister if she feels a little better about Red now that she's seen him. I said, well, what? He just got there. She just walked in the door. He's been playing with baby Sway for 10 minutes. That don't prove shit. Okay, he needs to hit the ground running. When he got into your house and put his luggage out, he should have said, let's go out and put in some applications. Or let's get on your laptop so I can apply for some jobs. That would have shown me a little bit of initiative, but I'm not giving him a pass because he came in here for 10 minutes and played with Sway. Hell no. Then she tells her sister, oh my God, he proposed to me yesterday. Oh my God, it was like the movies. He got down on one knee and all the people were like, oh, girl, fuck off. That ain't like no movie I seen. Y'all were at the adult equivalent of Chuck E. Cheese. There was 6 people in there. No, ma'am. Oh gosh, this is not a rom-com. This is a nightmare.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
This is a mess. Then the next time we see them, Ray says he's been in New Mexico for a month and he was at home watching Sway while she was at work. He says he's been putting in applications and applying for jobs. I said, no, ma'am. Yet again, no, ma'am. You don't know him well enough to have Sway at home alone with him. I'm sorry. We heard about his mama and her past issues. You don't know him well enough for Sway to be home with him. And I don't give a damn about him and Sway playing hide and seek. It takes a lot more to be a dad than just playing games. His sister calls him and he's on the phone talking about he want to come down there and stay a few days. Joy is suffocating him. She wants to know who he's on the phone with, what you doing, who you talking to, where you going, blah, blah, blah. I said, and she has every right to be concerned. We saw you sleep with your dead bestie, Julie, so we know. Even the producer said, didn't you sleep with dead bestie, Julie? Okay. They didn't call her dead bestie Julie, but they wanted to. I'm just saying. He says, yeah, but she was the only girl that I slept with since I proposed. Buddy, listen. That's because you're not supposed to sleep with anybody else. And that's because Joy is on your ass. And that's because Joy has the keys to the car. You can't get anywhere. His sister is not helping this situation. His sister tells him that he should come on back for a little bit so they can kick it. And some of his girls have been calling her. I said, this is all a trick. She wants him to get back there, get caught up with these girls so that he can leave Joy because they don't like her. This whole situation is ridiculous. Joy and Red do not belong together. And the only person that's going to be hurt in the end is Sway. Sway is going to be devastated when they break up. According to Red, they have already broken up. This little boy is so in love with having a dad. This pisses me off. One thing that I do hope that happens, I hope that with Joy being on the show and admitting that she had sex with 3 people at the same time, well, not at the same time, within the same time frame. Okay, and she doesn't know who Sway's dad is. I hope that all those guys step up to the plate, take a DNA test, and hopefully when they find out that one of them is the father of Sway, they will step up and be a good person to that little boy. Moving on. Brittany and Key Rock. Okay, so we didn't see any Brittany, and I'm okay with it. We saw Key Rock, and Key Rock was at his job interview. He is doing his best to get into the HVAC industry, and I was just sitting there watching with anticipation, hoping and wishing and praying that Key Rock gets this job. He says that he wants to be able to provide for Brittany, and he wants them to have a beautiful wedding, the wedding of her dreams. And I said, all right, I see you. But he was talking about how hard it is to get a job when you're a felon, but it's even more hard to get a job when you're a trans person. And I said, damn. Yes, unfortunate, and it has to be extremely difficult. I do believe that people should be able to be whoever they believe that they are, whoever that they feel that they are. Live out loud. I believe in that. And I also believe that some felons, not all, but some felons deserve a second chance. And so I was just wishing and hoping the whole time he was talking to that guy. And then when he got nervous about showing his ID, because his ID has his, his birth name on it, I said, oh, please, please, please don't let this be something that stops him from getting this job. I was so excited he got the job. He got the job. I was so happy for him. I mean, he was nervous. He was scared. But he said, I got the job because he persevered. He kept the faith. And I think that is amazing. And I was very happy for him. And I hope that his job also comes with mental health insurance, because I think that Key Rock has been through so much trauma in his life that he absolutely needs to get some therapy. Then we find out that his brother is on drugs. And his brother has been on drugs for about 5 years, and his mom never told him when he was in jail because she didn't want him to be upset, be hurt, and then end up back in the solitary. One thing that I thought about too when Key Rock got that job, I was like, let's look at this. Key Rock is employed, and then there's Chance. Anyway, Key Rock's mom, I love that lady. I think she's the sweetest woman. And I felt so sorry for her because she has really been through it. Her children are not making life the easiest for her. But Key Rock made a very true statement. She cannot blame herself for what her adult children do. You really cannot. She is a very strong, loving woman. And I am wishing the very best for her. The fact that she can't sleep at night, she's up worried about her child, I can definitely only imagine the pain that she's going through, and I'm wishing her and Key Rock and her children, all of them, the very best. Key Rock wants to meet up with his brother and just remind him of the good times when he was clean and sober, remind him of when he loved to wrestle, and I think all of that would be great. That would definitely be a good form of an intervention. I hope that it works out. It would be great if they could have that intervention, calmly, rationally, sharing love, sharing laughs, and then hopefully they'll be able to convince him to go to a rehab. Hopefully they can have all of that set up before the intervention so they can just take them directly to rehab. But rehab only works, in my opinion, if the person is willing. Some addicts have said that rehab only works when the person feels that they've hit their rock bottom. One thing that I also thought that was a little bit funny, I was thinking about Key Rock raps, Michael raps, Cam raps, and Lamar does beats. And I said they should really get a group together. You know what I mean? Go out to LA and hook up with Lamar so, he could supply, all the beats. And, Love After Lockup people, bring Lamar back. Him and that woman was nuts. Anyway, moving on. Lindsay and Blaine. Oh, God. Love After Lockup people, please, we beg of you, let this be their last season on here, because they are coming off fake and phony. It is coming off like Marcelino and Brittany. This is coming off as if the Love After Lockup people have, written this script for them. And I'm not interested. Anyway, Lindsay is hanging out with Miley, and she's talking to Miley about possibly getting married to Blaine, and Blaine being her stepdaddy and having the same parental rights as her. would you let Blaine adopt you? And she's thinking about adopting Blaine's son. I said,
slow down.
Ma'am, you have just now been a full-time mom to Miley for about a week. And no, okay, leave Blaine's son alone. He don't need any extra shit from you. This is too damn much. Listen, Miley said no. She thinks that it's really just a little bit too quick, too fast. She doesn't want Blaine to adopt her. She wants Blaine to continue to be her friend the same way he has been. She's not ready for it. She also let her mom know. She says, listen, I've had my granny, not you. And that's what I was thinking. I said, girl, you moving too fast. I think that what Lindsay should do is she needs to concentrate on her relationship with Miley. And while she's doing that, yes, show as much love as you can. Continue to build your relationship with Blaine's son. Blaine's son clearly loves her. He says that he likes her as Mommy Lindsay. So keep doing whatever you're doing with him because he clearly loves it. But focus on Miley, okay? You've been missing and absent in this girl's life her entire life. One thing that I did see that Lindsay posted online is that, and she said, when I was in prison, the only thing that it wasn't taken away from me was my education. I vowed to go back to Ole Miss and finish my degree when I came home. And I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel until I start my master's program. I'm happy and excited for my last year at Ole Miss as an undergraduate. So it looks like she's gone back to college. I hope that this is absolutely true, but with Lindsay, you never know. She could be making this shit up. Anyway, her and Blaine go see the ponytail wearing attorney that keeps sucking all the money out of Blaine and Lindsay. And Blaine shows that he's got his ankle monitor off. That's another reason why I think this story is scripted. Because how is it that you had all those fines that you needed to pay, plus you needed to pay your attorney, and you were supposed to be on that monitor for 3 years. All of a sudden, you have paid off your attorney, you have paid off all of your fines, and your ankle monitor is removed. I don't buy it. So when they talk to him, he tells her that she's looking at a possible 40 years. I said, this is the same lady that went off on Blaine last season about his charges, but you are looking at 40 years. He said that it's possible that she'll only have to serve 25% of that 40 years, which is 10 years. By that time, Miley Grace will be a grown woman with a husband and kids, and I want to know, why the hell is she at the house? Why did you allow her to be uprooted from her grandma's house to come live with you when it's a possibility that you go into jail? This does not make sense to me. You should be more focused on taking care of these charges before you brought this girl back into your house. And she doesn't want to tell Miley about it. So she's just going to wait to the last minute and spring it on this child. You know what? I've had it. Enough. I've had it. These people at Love After Lockup, I'm going to tell you one more time. Don't bring Lindsay back. I've had it. Anyway, until next time, peeps. Bye.